live in Brooklyn, baby. We live in Brooklyn, baby.
Back. This is Insanity Check. I'm Skillet Sauce. That's Ken. And you can check us out on YouTube now at Insanity Check Radio, Twitter at Insanity Check 12. That's the number 12. And Facebook, Insanity Check.
And we're going to continue to bum you out.
Yeah.
And you're just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, this is the no joke part of the show.
Yeah.
Because this is not funny.
Yeah, the country is pretty much spiraling into the toilet.
You know, we've covered obesity, you know, legal and illegal junkies, entertainment being dumbed down to the point that it should be made for a 7-year-old after running their head into a wall. Sport, everything is going down, and here's some more happy numbers.
Yeah, especially in New York, the real estate situation is pretty crappy. Grown people in their 30s and 40s, are huddling in mass, 4, 5, sometimes 6 people in 2-3 bedroom apartments.
Yeah, just imagine the show Friends in a real apartment, not a big lot apartment that's like 80 by 200 or something each room. No. People are having roommates and stuff like that in small, tiny apartments. It's like something out of Gangs in New York, man. Like the hovels and the 5 Points way back in the 1800s. It's outrageous.
Yeah, I mean, just to tell you how crazy shit is over here, a couple of years ago, I think it was started as a joke in a neighborhood called Williamsburg. Some guy put his treehouse, an actual treehouse, in the classified section to rent, and he got calls.
Yeah. What about the ice cream truck guy that was living in an ice cream truck? The guy bought an ice cream truck and gutted it out like what do they call those things? Those things that you drive around, a caravan or what
RV.
An RV, whatever them big
mobile home.
Home like thing. Yeah, and he basically gutted out an ice cream truck and was living in an ice cream truck in Williamsburg again.
Yeah, which wouldn't be so bad. The ice cream maker was still there. But,
and it sounds funny, like, why are you living in an ice cream truck? This shit is absolutely serious. And it's like the owners are trying to chop up the apartments to get as much as they can out of it, which are making the apartments illegal. So it's just completely outrageous. But you know.
But that's just New York issues. The foreclosure rates in the country are continuing to skyrocket. I mean, we all know that Detroit is pretty much a ghost town right now.
Yeah.
But here are just some numbers for you guys in case you happen to be in these states. In the past year, California had over 45,000 home foreclosures. Florida had 26,700 and change. Mm-hmm. Illinois had almost 14,000. Georgia had over 11,300. Arizona had about 9,500. Mm-hmm. Michigan just over 9,000. Ohio 8,500. Texas over 8,000. Wisconsin and Pennsylvania are mid 4,000, 4,500, and 4,100 respectively. So cats are getting kicked out of their houses, and
this is why that story from I believe it was our last show when the guy decided that he wasn't going to allow himself to be evicted. Shot it out with the cops, with the deputy, and killed the sheriff's deputy and the locksmith, and they incinerated him in his home by mistake with the gas grenade or with the tear gas grenade or whatever. And there's no humor in that, because the man, and I believe he had one of those adjustable rate mortgages like we spoke on before, and found out that, wait a second, I can't afford this place, but this is the only place that I have to live in, and just wasn't going out without a fight. And then recently I saw something where people are retaking their homes. They're going right back into their foreclosed homes and making. I mean, so the country is literally going down. I mean, and a lot of it because people can't afford to do more. So here's some unemployment numbers. I mean, some real unemployment numbers. Another 2.6 million people slipped into poverty in the United States last year. The Census Bureau reported this recently. And the number of Americans living below the official poverty line is 46.2 million people. It was the highest number in 52 years since the borough has been, providing figures for this. And how do you when you see numbers like that, it's so stark. But then in order to process those numbers, you have to, I guess, have some semblance of intelligence. And I made a comment that, most people in this country are just, being programmed to become dumber and dumber, like that movie. And I said most people would think a dictionary is a perverted board game. They wouldn't even know that it's a book where you can get information. So, and learn about words and things. So it's ridiculous. So we're going to go, about the country becoming dumber. And exactly how bad, the students are. American students rank 25th in math and 21st in science compared to students in 30 industrialized countries. America's top math students rank 25th out of 30 countries when compared with top students elsewhere in the world. By the end of 8th grade, United States students are 2 years behind in the math being studied by peers in other countries. 68% of 8th graders can't read proficiently, and most will never catch up. Then you're talking about the dropout rate. More than 1.2 million students drop out of school every year. That's more than the 6,000 students every school day and one every 25 seconds. The national high school graduation rate is only 70%, with states ranging from a high of 84% in Utah to a low of 54% in South Carolina. Who cares about Carolina? Graduation rates are much lower for minority students. Can you believe that, man?
Shocker. I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah, I'm truly shocked. Can't you see the shock on my face? Really? Wow. Only about half of the nation's African American and Latino students graduate on time from high school.
See, now I've had some debates with some people that I know. Like, half of my friends are teachers, okay? Half of my friends are teachers. Like, I have 3 or 4 friends who are teachers. I have another one who's a professor. And my brother was, while he was laid off from his 6-figure job, was a substitute for a while. And he told me basically the situation, the conditions that he was under to teach, which it wasn't really teaching. I mean, we all know when a substitute is in, more often than not, you just try not to break anything or kill someone, for the time that you're in class, and then you can go. But he said there was a kid who was, he said there were like 3 kids. Mm-hmm. I think they were all female. Okay. Not surprising. Who actually was like trying to, like, asking them, was there anything that they wanted them to do and what they were trying to learn. But there was this one kid who was standing in the doorway, and my brother wanted to close the door, so he just walked over to the kid and put his hand on his shoulder, like, hey, I think you need to come in. The kid turned around and was like, yo, take your fucking hands off me, because you can't even
that's right,
put a pinky on a child.
Exactly.
My brother's wife is a teacher, and she told me that some of her students were threatening to key her car. And she simply said to them, well, you can discuss that with my husband when he comes and picks me up. She was called into the principal's office and was reprimanded because that was a threat to a child.
Look,
who had just threatened her, of course, but they can do whatever the fuck they want.
So, you're letting the prisoners run the asylum. You're letting the prisoners run the asylum, and it's not like these are A students or students that are excelling or doing something. They're just becoming dumber and dumber, as the statistics show. So, we're going down the toilet, and whether we're going clockwise or counterclockwise, this place is going down the toilet. Like I said, by design. We had, a situation recently where, like I said, there was a whole bunch of illegal rounds purchased by Homeland Security that were not able to be used by the United States military because of the Geneva Convention. So why would you even have these rounds? Bulletproof checkpoint booths. Recently, the whole attack on our ability to protest. Because now if you protest against certain government, at a certain government functions like the G20 or anything like that, you can be arrested. So it's not even a situation about protest zone, period. If you're peaceful at certain functions, you cannot protest any longer. And this, I wish I had the bill before me, but if you remind me, if I'm reminded, I will absolutely bring this up because it was signed officially in the last 2 weeks. So this is things that we don't know about because we're paying attention to all this other garbage. This place is a cesspool, and we're being attacked on every single front imaginable.
And mind you, this is all under Soul Brother number 1.
Oh yeah,
the Savior, the Christ, the second coming.
Look. My favorite film is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And there was a scene, for those people that know that film, where Clint Eastwood had turned on Tuco, that was Eli Wallach's character, and he was going to bring him to the sheriff. Clint Eastwood walked into the sheriff's, or he threw Tuco on the ground outside. Clint Eastwood walked into the sheriff's office, and then the sheriff came out. And Tuco said, look, everybody, one bastard goes in, and another bastard comes out. Black with big ears, short country and stupid, Bubba Fried, slick, it doesn't matter, a pompadour having former, actor, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This place, that's just, the whole political arena is just something to make us feel like we're actually contributing by voting and stuff like that. They don't, the right, the left, the blue, the red, it's all the same demonic cesspool. Pretty much. There it is. There it is. So
maybe you should enjoy,
that bacon sundae.
And while you're sitting down watching, Kardashian pluck her eyebrows or plump up her ass,
or the next new singing show, the singing celebrity duets, whatever the hell show. It's on you, people.
Anyway, the music tells us that we're out of here.
We're out of time. This is Insanity Check. I am Ken.
Are you Ken?
Oh shit! No, I'm not. That's Ken, and I'm Skillet Sauce.
Government control.
Exactly, yo.
Government control.
They pressed the button on me. I'm Skillet Sauce. That's Ken. This is Insanity Check.
We'll be back next week.
That's right.
Thank you for showing up.
Check us out: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Take care.
Later.
We tried to